Hello and welcome to Always Elite. Today we're going to review Aew Dynamite from May 27th, 2020. But before we get into that, please hit that bell icon. Please hit the like button. It really helps out the channel a lot. And subscribe if you haven't to stay up to date on what we're doing. Starts off with a quick review of Double or Nothing from Saturday. Then it's an inner circle in the back, and Jericho tries to figure out how to recoup their losses from the few boxes of Stadium Stampede inner circle shirts. Although Santana and Ortiz say that it's more than a few boxes. They open up a back of a truck and it's full of boxes of shirts. It's pretty funny. Then the first matchup is Matt Hardy and the Young Bucks versus Joey Janela and Private Party. Matt comes out as the Daredevil Matt, which is before WWE when he was Extreme Matt when he started. There was some pretty good teamwork early on from the Young Bucks and Hardy. But it didn't take long to spill up to the outside. Nick Jackson accidentally super kicks Butcher, and they proceed to attack him from outside. And then Matt comes to the rescue. And then good old JR takes a shot at WWE by saying the wrestlers at ringside could have been hidden behind plexiglass, which is implying what WWE is doing currently. It's a good shot on good old JR. Hardy stacks all three opponents up after he beats the crap out of them and does a moonsault. That's something I haven't seen Matt Hardy do in forever. Young Bucks with more bang for your buck, and they pick up the victory. Mark Quinn was injured during the match. To the dive to the outside, and it looks like he helped his knee, injured his knee. Matt Hardy helps him to the back, which is a good part on Matt Hardy's part. Right after that, Butcher and Blade jump the rail and attack the Young Bucks for what happened earlier. Then from out of nowhere, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler of FTR, formerly Dash and Dawson of the Revival, storm the ring and destroy Butcher and the Blade. Blade gets a spike pile driver, and Butcher gets the Shatter Machine. I don't know what they're calling it now, but that's what we're going to call it for now. Remember now, FTR and the Young Bucks has had a Twitter war going on for over 2 years now, saying who's the better tag team. Well, I guess we're going to find out very shortly. Yes, please, over and over again. Next up, it's Jon Moxley on commentary because he's here to scout Brian Cage, who, if you don't know, was the mystery man in the ladder match at Double or Nothing. It's Cage versus Lee Johnson. Cage destroys Lee Johnson in about 2 minutes, drill claw, and a W for Cage. Taz grabs the mic, and he says he respects Moxley, but at Fyter Fest, you're going to deal with a machine. He wants Mox to bring his fight and his A game, because he also says, survive if he lets you, which is a spin on Taz's old moniker. Then it's Britt Baker talking about the rules of being a good role model. Rule number 3 is don't hurt the role model. Says on Dynamite it was a conspiracy against her. That's why she got hurt. She's going through all the people who helped with the injury, calling Chris Statlander a crock of shit for being an alien. Calls Cheetah a fraud and a cheater. Calls Nyla basically clumsy. Calls this her board of evidence. It's got, like the old police boards, and it's got the pictures and strings going everywhere. Calls Aubrey Edwards, the referee, the brain of the operation. Then she goes to say that she will be back at All Out. Then Jericho in the back says he's going to have a pep rally, and it's going to be great. As Jericho is talking. Orange Cassidy just happens to stroll through the background as you can see him. It's funny. Next, it's Christy James versus Hikaru Shida. Wasn't much here, just a bunch of punches and kicks. You know, Shida with a few running knees. Shida busted out a camel clutch. That must have made the Iron Sheik very, very happy. A wicked clothesline and a knee to the back of the head. And Shida picks up the win. Then it was Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page in a hotel room just enjoying beverages. Since Omega doesn't drink, he's been drinking milk. And it's funny, he's been spilling all over himself just like he was drunk. It's hilarious. That was just to go cut through the commercial break there, but it was funny. They're just having a good old time. Then Cody comes down to talk about his victory at Double or Nothing and what is next. Says he will have an open challenge every single week for the TNT title. Sound familiar? That's something John Cena did in WWE for quite a while. I believe it was with the U.S. Championship. Next up, it was Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc versus SCU Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Kip and Jimmy jump SCU before the bell. After the bell rings, SCU takes over. After some shenanigans, Kip gains control of Frankie. Jimmy and Kip use all of their dirty tactics to stay in control of SCU. Frankie's been in the ring for a very, very long time at this point. I'd have to say 10 minutes, easy, and he's been getting beat on. After a miscue from Kip, SCU tries the SCU later, but Penelope Ford gets involved, which allows Kip and Jimmy to hit a dropkick Michinoku driver combo for the win. Then it's the Battle Royal for a shot at the TNT title next week. First, all the competitors come out. It's MJF, Wardlow, Luther, Peter Avalon, Brandon Cutler, Christopher Daniels, all three of Lucha Express, Sonny Kiss, Colt Cabana, Billy Gunn, and Orange Cassidy. Cassidy just gets taken out before he even hits the ring because he's, strolling along doing his Orange Cassidy thing. So you won't see him for quite a while. First out is Luther with a chokeslam from Luchasaurus. Wardlow eliminates Sonny Kiss. Billy dumps Colt over the top. Colt looks distraught and is offered a spot to join the Dark Order from the spokesperson that usually does their little skits. Cutler and Avion are on the ropes. They're crouched on the ropes. They make it off into the apron, and they just eliminate each other. They just fall off, which was weird. But Marco Stunt eliminates Christopher Daniels with a Hurricane Rana. Wardlow tosses Marco, just tosses him completely out. It's brutal. Wardlow and MJF dump Luchasaurus and Billy Gunn out. MJF gets dumped out by Jungle Boy. Then Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy dump out Wardlow. This is where Orange Cassidy comes back, who was dazed from a punch from MJF moments earlier when he had his diamond ring on. So it's down to Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy. One of them will get a shot at the TNT title next week. Jungle Boy flips Cassidy over and out. So Jungle Boy will face Cody next week for the TNT title. That should be an interesting match. Then it's the Inner Circle pep rally to close out the show. Vicky Guerrero makes an appearance, and she's wearing an Inner Circle t-shirt. Vicky introduces them one at a time. It's both funny and annoying at the same time, if that makes any sense. After they all get in, Jericho and crew start throwing the shirts that they had with them out to the crowd, the other wrestlers that were there. Sammy says they didn't win, but he got each of them a participation trophy. Jericho says King of Dad Jokes on it. Sammy's like, well, you know, in the times that we're in, it was hard to get real trophies, so I just got you these, and Jericho was okay with it. I thought it was funny. Santana and Ortiz give out gift baskets. Jericho gives Sammy a scooter, which is hilarious. Hager wrote a poem, says how he found the perfect faction to be in and how he would crush the Elite one by one, and they stop him because he starts getting really, really off the wall. Sammy asked Chris what he really, really wanted. Chris says he wants Tyson's head on a platter, which threw me for a loop. It made me pause for a second. He said it with a real straight face, which means he was serious about it. Says it's because of what Tyson did to him on January 11th, 2010. If you really want to know, Google it. It happened on a Monday Night Raw, I believe. Jericho says he wants revenge. Tyson comes out with all of his crew. Jericho demands an apology from Tyson. Tyson says, hell no, you're not getting an apology. Jericho pushes Tyson, and all hell breaks loose. So what does this mean? Are we going to get Jericho and Tyson at Fyter Fest? That's something I'd like to see, but I don't want to see. Because Tyson's not a wrestler. He's a boxer. But so be it. You know, that's the way they end Dynamite, with a big old brawl. Let me know what you thought of this episode. I thought it was the most amazing episode, probably to date. Until next time, always be elite.